this week's episode of Live Large.
We're going to help you guys develop the lateral head, which is the lazy head of the 3 tricep heads. We know it requires greater load, so we're going to use the chains here. Basically, the chains are going to make it harder at the top.
Yes, the cool thing about the chains is where we're weakest in the range is here for most people, and it's going to become progressively harder as we get to tumblers to overload the tricep. I find this position for a lot of people tends to hurt your elbows a lot, so it allows you to use less weight in this position, so you're going to get less elbow pain. And as you get further away, it gets heavier, and you're probably less likely to hurt your elbows. That's the cool thing about this. This is said to be the #1 exercise for tricep development. I do it all the time with the chains on a slight decline.
I try and my chest does not grow. Preaching to the choir, my friend. Could you tell me how I can get a big chest? I get asked this question all the time.
Mr. Gonzalez, I've got an amazing tip for you. You're not gonna find a better one anywhere. I promise you that. I know you have never heard this before. And this is actually just one of many tips we're gonna be unpacking within Hypertrophy Max. So Ben and I are gonna be teaching you how to apply this to all of your body parts, all of your exercises. So here's what I want you to do. I need you to go down to the floor right now into a push-up position. Are you there yet? I'm serious. Get down onto a push-up position. This is gonna blow your mind. So what does every guy do and gal do when they think of doing push-ups? What do you think of when you do a push-up?
Push up from the
floor. To push
floor.
up from the floor, right? Everybody thinks about just push away from the floor. But I don't want you to do that. What I want you to think about is envisioning the floor as the world. And I want you to think about shoving your hands into the floor. So think about trying to push the world away from you. Are you on the floor yet? If you don't try this, you're never gonna build your chest. You need to feel this. So get down to the floor. While you're down into a stretched position, I want you to start pushing the floor away from you. And while you're doing that, I want you to start shoving in as well. So I want you to squeeze the world together like it's a beach ball and it's in your hands. I want you to push it away and try and squeeze together. From that one action in itself, you're gonna discover that your chest starts to recruit differently than as when you just push your body away from the floor. It's gonna be instantaneous recruitment from your pecs. So a lot of the reasons why people can't develop a body part, they say, you know, my biceps aren't growing, my shoulders aren't growing, I can't get a chest no matter what exercises I do. It's often not the exercises you're doing, but it's how you're doing the exercises. So start thinking about that. Now that one tip we can apply to virtually every exercise, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, that's amazing if you just tried it on the floor. And that's what Hypertrophy Max is gonna start teaching you guys how to do. A lot of you guys discovered intentions. Well, we're gonna take intentions even a step further and teach you guys how to feel muscles even further. And it's just a different way of thinking about the object you're trying to move. It's phenomenal information. This is stuff that completely changed my development since I learned it.
Now he has big raging pecs.
I got man boobs.
All right, next question is from Tariq. What are the effects of fruit and vegetables on bodybuilding? What are the do's and don'ts compared to protein, such as fish, meat, and chicken?
So this week we're going to continue the conversation on hypertrophy program design. We're going to be putting together the puzzle that confuses so many people on how do I train, how do I write a program, how do I analyze a program. And this week what we're going to do is take a look at what order should I do my exercises. This is a really simple one to understand. So when it comes to figuring out what order you should do your exercises, there's a simple rule. Common sense, but again, like we said, common sense isn't always common for everybody. So the simple rule is place your priorities first. Actually, this is a great lesson in life in general and in all applications of our life. Place your priorities first. And I learned this from one of my coaches probably about 8-9 years ago. And when we were putting together a program, he wanted to show me the thought process that went into a program. So this is what he did with me. He said, Vince, I want you to write out your weakest body parts from top to bottom.
So you guys have all seen me with my shirt off, you've seen me training. You guys could probably do this for me, but I want you to do it for yourself. I want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to make a list of the body parts that are the weakest.
Over the next few weeks, I'm going to give you some coaching tips about potential passion killers. You've probably heard the expression vision leaks. Well, so does passion. Passion leaks. The first one where passion leaks for us and kills our passion is unclear purpose. And you know, when you don't know the purpose of your life, it's a surefire way of killing it. Because without a purpose in life, why bother? Why get up in the morning? Why make the effort? Why get out of bed when you forget or you don't know the purpose for your life? You just start to drift through life. Helen Keller once said that life is either a daring adventure or it's nothing. It's either a daring adventure or it's nothing. I'd like to help activate the daring adventure piece in your life today.